Hey guys, it's Jaleesa here again. Welcome to my channel, Tameless in Style. So today I wanted to make a video about my most used and my least used designer handbags. As you guys, if you guys follow, I have a little bit of a weak spot, a love for designer handbags. That is kind of my, my thing. Designer handbags, designer shoes, like once you start it, you love it, you kind of get into it. I just love fashion as a whole, but those are the things that I'm kind of obsessed with. So we're just gonna jump right in to what I use the most and what I don't really use that much. And that doesn't mean I love them any least, but I'll talk more about it. So first bag, you guys, is my Goyard St. Louis GM in the gray. I love this bag. So I got this bag from the boutique, the Goyard boutique inside of Neiman Marcus in Chicago. I didn't physically go there. I've never been to Chicago. It's on my to travel list. But I got it from there. I ordered it via phone. And they sent it over to me, and I love it. I got it mainly for traveling, and I used it for that a lot, and then it kind of became a kind of go-to work bag that I started to use, and then I've kind of weaned off of it, and I kind of go back and forth, and I use it quite often. So it's super roomy. It can fit like your entire world in it. It is great for traveling because it is so roomy, and it doesn't have like, I have kind of like a love-hate with tote bags that don't have any like pockets or anything in it. So I don't want a divider in the middle, which some of them have, more structured. But I do appreciate like a side pocket or two. And this has none. It only comes with this little SLG little pouch that is kind of great. It's just like an envelope style, super thin. And then it has like a little back pocket. So I have used this a ton, like stick your cell phone in it and your wallet, like, and that's like all you need if you just need to grab and like you're going somewhere. I have, because I've used it so often, it has a kind of like some dirt marks in it, but otherwise than that, it is a great bag. It is, like I said, it's super flimsy, so I do have a bag shaper in it, a clear plexiglass one that I broke, so I really need to get that replaced, or I think I might just like duct tape it because I scotch taped it and it's not doing well. So I'm just gonna get some duct tape and really amp that up, make it cute. But yeah, so I love this bag. Just like, it's just great for every day, for work, for travel. It doesn't have anything that closes it, so that is a con. But if you want to be like the Louis Neverfull has those strings on the side, you can just like poke your sides in like so, to have that similar style, and because it's so flimsy under your arm, like it just lays flat and it's cute. So I love her. She's probably one of my most used bags that I probably wouldn't have thought that I would use so much. At first I kind of was like, Goyard, like I feel like they look so cheap. I do not like when they have like the initials on them. When it's painted on there, I feel like that's what makes them look super cheap. But when they're like this, I think they're great. There are a lot of like dupes, knockoffs out there, and I have a love-hate relationship with that situation. So like, as we all know, the fashion industry is kind of made off of, knocking things off and people making replicas of stuff, and this designer knocks that designer off, that knocks that designer off, and like it just makes its way down the train. But I have a problem when people are like knocking like dead on. It happens. We've all been like victim of it per se. Like when I was like 16, I had a knockoff Louis bag. But like as we become adults, like not so much. And just like people who like promote it, who are like, oh my gosh, huge dupe, like not my swagger. But if that's you, that's you. I just have a huge appreciation for the industry and the quality and workmanship. And I get really offended when people are like, oh my god, like that bag, is it real? And I'm like, why is it not? Like it should be real. But whole nother tangent that I just went on. Anyways, back on task. Number 2 most used bag. This bag, I use it like every day. It is my Gucci Soho, and this one I got some years ago, like maybe 5 years ago. And it has, I've had people ask me if I've done this myself. I did not do this to my Gucci bag. I bought it like this, but it has the gems on it. Like little studs on there, and I love, it makes it a little bit different. I wanted a black Gucci Soho, and then I saw this guy with these guys on it, and I was like, oh, it's even better. And I love it. It's held up really, really well, and like I say, I use this bag like every day. I have other SLGs. I love like just a nice crossbody that I can like throw a cell phone, card case in, and like chapstick. But this one can hold like so much more than that and still be small. Like sometimes it's like they want to be small and they don't hold a lot. Like I have some Chanel's that like are like small, like similar in size. Like when you put them up to each other, you might be like, oh, the Chanel's actually bigger, but like capacity wise, this guy can hold everything under the sun. And I believe that Gucci has actually stopped making it. Like their last collection was for fall of 2019. I could be wrong, but that's what I heard, and which is sad, but it's like a staple bag that like everybody needs. It's perfect, 1 in a million, like love it, and it's withstand time for sure. And it goes with everything. You can dress it up, dress it down, and it's just like she the one. So love her. And then next bag, this one's gonna be kind of like a random, it was kind of like a random love / purchase for me. And then it's been a random, like I fell in love with it. It's probably one of my legit favorite bags. And that's my Proenza Schouler PS1. And it's in a like brown suede with gold hardware. And has a long strap on it that's not really meant to be crossbody. It's meant to just be shoulder. It hits me like right above my hip. But if you wanted to, like, do you boo, you can make anything crossbody, and I just make it crossbody and then it hits a little bit, just a tad bit higher. And that's with it being on the very last hole that's on there, but the strap is removable, so you can get like a guitar strap and make it longer if you wanted to. And then it's like a brushed gold hardware. It has a back zipper that I love for, oh, it's stuck. My fabric has kind of like just right there in my zipper. So yeah, but it has that zipper there that you can like, I put like phone and things in there. It clasps, so at first I thought I was gonna hate this part of the bag because it has these two like belt straps here. Then it has a clasp that also has like a little button in there. And I was like, do I need all of that? You can just clasp this and like it's fine. Like it still holds its shape without having to add all those other ones in there. And right now I have it stuffed, but this again, another one where the capacity is like a maze. Like you can just look at the bottom, like how it like envelopes out how much capacity is in there. And then it has a front pocket that's just like connected with a button. And then it has one that's connected with the zipper. And then there's a back pocket. Back pocket in there, and then there's a button that kind of will close the bigger compartment. And I love this bag. It was one of those bags where it's like I saw it and instantly fell in love with it. Like I went in the store and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this bag. And like, what, 3-4 months later, I was just like, F it, I'm gonna buy the bag, and bought it. So love her. I did get her a little messed up because I wear a lot of black, I wear a lot of dark denim, and she is a little, not a little, but a lot of bit of a denim stain back here that I've tried to get off, but it is suede, so I don't want to mess it up too much, but I'm okay with it being, it looks, I don't know, like a brown suede bag. I feel like they can be a little bit, you know, rubbed in, a little worn. So yeah, love her. So let's make space for her up here with her. It's gonna be my love pile. Love it. So we got a satchel, we got a crossbody, we got a tote bag in our love pile. And then we're gonna have in our loved but not used as much pile. So first one is gonna be my very first Chanel bag. So I have the Chanel GST black tote with gold hardware. This is my very first Chanel bag. I had like Chanel accessories, like shoes and card wallets and things. This is my first like handbag, and I wanted this bag from like ever. And I got it like the last time that they made it in the US. It no longer is available in the US. I'm not sure if it's made overseas anymore, but I know it's not available in the US. So that was kind of like the clicker that made me get it. And I love this bag, but I don't wear it that often. And a couple reasons why I don't wear it that often. One, like I said, it was my first Chanel bag. Two, like I said, they no longer make it in the US. Number three, I tend to wear bags that I like, tote bag wise, tags that I can just toss around. And because it has all the sentimental value to it, I don't want to just get it ruined and like toss it around. The other thing is, it is, again, I mentioned this when I was talking about the Goyard, it has that center piece in a tote bag. So what ends up happening is when you put things in it, because the capacity, if you took that out, the capacity would be great and it would be like great size tote bag. But with that flap in there, it helps it keep its structure and stand up for sure. But then it's like you kind of have to make sure like be very strategic with when you're putting things in the bag, so that one side doesn't end up being more protrude than the other. What else about it? It has a satin lining, has a little like key strap in it, has a slip pocket on one side and a zipped pocket on the other side, and then then it has the center zippered compartment. But I mean, I love this bag. It's still my like fave. I wear it like not frequently, obviously, but I do wear it every now and then, and it's just one of those that like it's still in pristine condition. Like, yeah, no scrapes, no, it's perfect, but it's my baby. So yeah, I don't wear her too often. I wish I wore her more, but she's not going anywhere. She's one of those that just stays in my closet. She's a little dent in her. I guess from the way she's in store. I need to stuff her, give her some air or something. But yeah, so love her, but I don't wear her too much, and I should wear her more. Next bag, all my bags that I don't wear too often, but like I love and like would never get rid of, they all have sentimental value to them. So next one is my Alexander Wang, and this is, I forget the name of it. It's their, is the studs on the bottom? I'll tag it below and tell you exactly what it is. But Alexander Wang has the studs on the bottom. I remember this specifically. It's elephant gray. I love elephants. And it literally, it like feels and looks like an elephant. Like the fabric on it. It's like a really thick leather. And I love it. And I've also gotten some denim on this guy. But I love this bag. It has a back compartment that's pretty big, and then it has two front compartments. So there's a main compartment in the center that has a zipper there, and then there's a small, and then it has this like smaller handle, and then in the front part there's a smaller section that you can just, that doesn't have like any kind of zipper or compartments or anything, that you can like slip anything in there. And then that one is kind of controlled by your longer strap. So your longer strap comes across in the front there with those straps. So when you hold on to the bag by this strap, it'll pull it in tighter, so you can put stuff in there, and I'll tell you, it's kind of hard to get them out once you have that bag on. So you can use this, like if you want to use a little smaller strap and just have it really tightly under your arm. It just kind of depends on your preference, but this was a gift, and it's just something that just holds a sweet spot in my heart, because it was a gift from someone that I love dearly. Ooh, I get a little choked up. But yeah, so it's a gift from someone I love dearly, and that's why it holds a really place in my heart. But it is heavy. It's so heavy. Back when I was a young thing, I used to wear it all the time. Like, I'm not young anymore, but like when I was younger, I used to wear it very often, because like I said, it was a bag that I loved. It had sentimental value. It was a great gift that was given to me, but it's so heavy that, like, I would say same thing with this Chanel GST. They're both heavy because they're like really sturdy leather, which was like part of when I started my early collection. It was all about making sure, like, I wanted quality bags, and this is what I was getting into this for, because I love quality bags, and it's like, they're heavy. Quality bags are heavy, and there are lighter options, which tends to be what I tend to go for now, because then I could actually fit stuff in it, because it's like, yes, it's a great size, but once you put stuff in this, like, this bag is going to be so heavy, because by itself it's heavy. But yeah, so love her, but I don't wear her that often anymore. Again, I think it's just because I really do cherish these bags. It's like I don't want them to get, and I've already, like, you know, might have gotten them a little ruined. I don't want to get them like crazy messed up that they're like beyond repair, because they do hold special places in my heart. So they're collector's items in my closet. So yes, that is going to be my number 2 least worn bag. And then my final bag was my first designer handbag. Can you guys guess what it is? Drum roll. So my final bag is going to be the Louis Vuitton Speedy Damier Azur in a 30. So this bag was my first designer bag purchase, and I love, well, designer bag, period. I love this bag, but I just don't wear it anymore. And there's a couple reasons why. So as we've kind of evolved, it's all about being hands-free. And I love a hands-free. I love a crossbody. I love something that's small and compact and can fit the world. I love something that's lightweight. This is a bag is lightweight. But it doesn't, I got this bag like so long ago. It was before they had the bandolier. So and like this was the hot bag to have, and like I wore it all the time. Like I have no problem, you know, put it in, look at my hand and go about my business. But like as time has gone on, like right now I live in a big city and I do not like if I'm carrying it, like it needs to go under my arm, it needs to be secure, I need to be, you know, and it's just not feasible for me to be out and about with the Louis Vuitton Speedy. Now, I have seen some videos of people revamping them and like reusing them, and like it makes me just like, I love the bag, like I just feel like it's a staple to never get rid of. But it's just like, it's not, in its current state, the way that it is, it's not great for me. I did last year or maybe the year before, I got the piping was starting to bust out. So I got the piping replaced on the sides of it. And that is the one thing I will say about Louis Vuitton bags, as you guys probably know, like if you have those like more classic pieces with the leather, like you can get your leather replaced and like refresh the bag. Like my canvas is like perfect. There's nothing, no creases or anything. It's like no imperfections. It's great, but my piping was starting to go. The rest of my hardware is, you know, hardware and leather on it. Probably could be replaced too, but like at that point I might as well just buy a bandolier. So I just opted not to change them at this point and just keep them, you know, in their natural state. But I did do the edges and get those replaced. But yeah, I haven't used it that much, but I am going to revamp it. So maybe I'll do a video on just kind of revamping it and being able to reuse it. So kind of stay tuned for that. And then I have an honorable mention that is not a designer bag per se, but it is a little bit of a pricier bag for some people. And it is kind of I use this a lot on the daily as well, now that, like I said, I live in a major city. So I have this MZ Wallace backpack. I have the larger one in black. I love this backpack because it's not flashy at all. It is a little bit pricey. I think it was like $250. So it's a bit pricey for a backpack. It's nylon. It rains here a lot. So I don't have to worry about it getting ruined, which I would have to with my leather bags with them getting water stains on it. So that's great. Also, I like that the straps don't have, it's a weird thing, but like they don't have the piece that hangs. They just kind of connect. And like you can adjust them on there, so I love that. It has side pockets where I can put like water. I wish it had like an invisible like side little back pocket. So that's when I still find myself wearing like a crossbody or just keeping my phone case. Here's my phone. It's on the charger. I have the pop socket pop wallet, so anything that's like essential I'll just keep in there, like bus pass to get into work, credit card ID, those kind of things will go back there. And then like, yeah, it's just like an easy, not flashy, not kiddish, not techie looking, kind of trendy with the diamond print backpack, and it's lightweight. So that's like another kicker. So it's just like, because like riding transportation, it's like I always freak out that the bus will like jerk and my tote bag will be like on my lap, and because there's no like zipper or anything on the top, it'll just go flying and all my things will go flying in the bus, which is why I like the backpack, because I can like have it on my back, and then if I'm standing and if I'm sitting, I can just like clamp it and hug her dearly. So yes, so she's not a designer, but she's an honorable mention because she is like that advanced contemporary, and I use her a lot. And she's great for travel too because she is so lightweight. You can just kind of like toss her up and boop. So she's great. So yeah, so those are my faves and least used and most used of my faves. So comment, like, subscribe below, click that little bell and let me know what you think. As you guys know, I have a pretty decent. I wouldn't say there's some people out there that have really amazing collections. I have a pretty decent collection, something that I love and I true dearly to me. And I use those bags, try to go through them pretty regularly, especially like if I'm going to town or like different things. Try to like skimmy through them and use them pretty frequently. But I will just say, like, I just don't use my bags as much as I used to, just with, you know, like I said, I use public transportation a lot, so I think that has a lot to do with it rather than me just being in a car. But I still do have a love for them. I still do buy them. But just now, as I just move on to buying bags, I try to buy things that are a little bit more practical. So think something that I'm going to be able to use a lot, something that I'm going to be able to use for travel, something I'm going to be able to use on the daily basis, something that's going to match a lot of things, something that has the capacity, something that's not too heavy, something that has lots of slots in it, something that's durable, something that's going to last the test of time, and it's not just, you know, a this season bag. So those are all things that like I keep in mind when I'm buying my bags. And as like time goes on, your bag style changes, and some people just kind of hold on to all of them and some people kind of sell off and go from there. And like I do that sometimes, and then I feel like sometimes I sell them and then I think back and I'm like, wow, I really loved that bag. Like, why did I sell it? And it's just like, it just wasn't practical for you. It was a freaking expensive bag and you weren't getting good use out of it. Like, get rid of it. And sometimes you just have to have those aha moments with yourself, but you just really love them anyways. But yeah, so there's my end of rant, but thanks for watching, and talk to you guys soon. Bye.